obviously we wouldn't want to be owning anything that we thought was in a currency that was really going to hell. And that's the big thing we worry about with the United States currency. I mean, the tendency of a government to want to debase its currency over time there's no system that beats that. You can pick dictators, you can pick representatives, you can do anything. But the people, there will be a push toward weaker currencies. And of course, that is, I mentioned very briefly in the annual report that the fiscal policy is what scares me in the United States, because it's made the way it is.
In this right.
All right, Shalom, giving all praises, honors, and glories unto Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Bahashim Kodash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that told me this truth, that rule well. Shalom to the elect scattered through the four corners of the earth, that's pushing this truth in sincerity, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. All right, Shalom. My name is Kodash Paya, and as you heard here, the spokesman, Warren Buffett, basically speaking of a major warning, like a preparation for like a U.S. Dollar collapse, And just recently, you just had the National Bank clock, the U.S. bank clock, that revealed that they're $338 trillion in debt. So we know, the weaker the dollar becomes, the more hyperinflation becomes as well. And you just had, 66 Chase banks, 66 branches, closed down, shut down, Even Bank of America has been speaking about that as well. It's going to be a chain reaction with this economy. They stop printing checks, paper checks. They're starting to stop printing out coins. So, hey, man. And you got all these false prophets out here. It's talking about the market, the MOTB is John 3:16 due to philosophy, which that's a goddamn lie. You're just deceiving people. The mark of the beast is philosophy, right? Which was I forget his name. Oh, so-called priest Zabot over in New York. Then you had this fucking dude, Captain Cesariak, talking about everybody already has, because all of this economic downturn is to lead to that new digital currency pursuing Revelation 13 and 16. How they're going to cause all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. So if we all got the mark now, how the hell is you buying and selling? Because if you do have that mark, which it's a physical mark according to the book of Revelation, you got spiritual marks pursuing Ezekiel, I believe around the 9th chapter, because in the book of Revelation, it's that word itself goes into something that's inserted in you. You see? And then on top of that, Revelation chapter 14 verse 9 through 10 tells you the repercussions that's going to happen to those who do have that mark. So the guy, you're basically just a walking dead. Because also, how about this? Revelation, hold on. Right? We could read here. Revelation. No. Yeah, 16 and 2. Pardon me. Right? Revelation chapter 16 verse 2. Matter of fact, let's start at 1. It says, "And I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the 7 angels, Go your ways and pour out the vials of the wrath of God upon the earth," right? Because that's what the Lord, Yahushua, is coming back with wrath. But it says, and the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore. So that's a physical thing. That's a physical reaction, right? Like a plague, noisome and grievous sore upon the men, which is referring to anybody, because people come from men, so women, children, right? Which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worship the image. And, people are going to worship the image by trusting in this beast system that we see heading to that fourth industrial revolution through a way of these technological advancements. That's how Esau, these elites, so-called Caucasians, like it tells you in the book of Isaiah, the 14th chapter, where it says they want to be like the Most High. How are they going to do that? By trying to have full control through a way of this technology. So, yeah. And this he said it out of his mouth, man. You have plenty of spokesmen, elites, these, Edomites, speaking about the basically a reset of, economic purchasing, and all that mockery, man, that these prophets is doing, these men, making mockery. Oh, the chip. Oh, it's a bag of chips. They're going to have to eat those words. And on top of that, all the people that believe in them, right, which are stumbling blocks, because the Lord set those men up to be stumbling blocks. Because everybody ain't going to understand this truth, man. It's not meant for everybody, But that's a lot of blood on their hands. Because now you're deceiving people that may not know better, that's ignorant of the situation, the prophetic events. Hey, you know what? They're going to have a lot of blood on their hands, And their words, they're gonna have to hold that accountable, Because all hell is about to break loose. And so why are they going to try to force that MARK, the MOTB, the micro C hip, in the book of Revelation? Why would it say, because everything's speeding up, why would it say in Revelation 12 and 12 that they're going to come down? Matter of fact, let's get that real quick. Right? Revelation chapter 12 verse 12, it says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil, deceiver, these elites that's, fuck the government, the ones that's controlling and behind the scenes, that's deceiving the people by taking away whatever the people have in this society, and then, because you got something called what? Problem. Right? They cause the problem. Then they see the reactions. Then they come up with a solution. But it's all deceptive. Like they fucking deceptive cons. For the devil is come down unto you having great wrath. Why they great wrath? Why? Oh, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. A short time for what? To rule. To you know what I mean? To fulfill whatever their little agendas or propagandas and stuff. But see, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. We're not ignorant of his evil schemes. So why the Lord said, watch and pray. You see? Because you got to understand the evolution of the first industrial revolution to the fourth. You got to understand, it wasn't that long ago to where touchscreen phones wasn't a thing. People wasn't so distracted by the black screen. You see? You know, you had the flip phones. You had to go back to the 80s, the 70s, the 60s. You know what I mean? You see how things are speeding up. How it's all spiraling down to a man becoming one with technology. And, yo, people already have it. Right now, it's just not a thing. Like a fade, like a, it's not mandated, you know? It's not really pushed on. But people are going to want it. Why? Why say that? Well, because all you got to do is crash the banks, crash the economy. People are going to beg to have that just so they could get back to living their so-called normal lives. But that's going to be the temptation. People are going to be tempted, especially these people that, these religious leaders, they don't want to believe. You false pot, okay. All right. But anyway, I just want to bring this out real quick. Till next time, I'm going to say shalom.